You know, it's always interesting to look back at older phones to see how they compare or to see if they're still worth it. Well, today I'm giving you 5 reasons to consider the Galaxy S21 FE in 2024. So let's go ahead and get started. Now, obviously, the biggest advantage going with an older phone like this, the price is going to be much lower than the newer high-end phones. The Galaxy S21 FE still offers good performance compared to other phones that have came out recently. It's got a powerful processor, good cameras, and a nice vibrant display without breaking the bank. So one obvious reason to get this phone in 2024 is, of course, the price. You might not be able to find this brand new, but you can find it renewed or refurbished. You'll also find some barely used ones or open box items. So there's several ways to get this where it's still in really good shape. I feel like one of the best features of this phone is the battery life on here lasted about 10 hours in my typical battery drain test at 100% screen brightness, which is higher than my S22 Plus, and overall it just makes you a little more confident so you don't have to worry about your phone running out of juice before the end of the day. Obviously there's a lot of variables when it comes to battery life, but in my testing, the S21 FE is definitely one of the better ones out there when it comes to battery life. It also has wireless charging, which is always nice to have. Here recently I've been using the S22 Plus, and the poor battery life is probably one of the biggest reasons why I'm thinking of switching to this phone to use as my main phone. Now, even though this phone came out 2 years ago, I feel like things haven't changed much when it comes to the cameras compared to newer Samsung phones. As you can see, it's got a slightly different triple camera setup there on the back, so it might be personal preference on if you like this style or not, but the fact is most people are going to use a case and then it's going to look very similar to the newer phones anyways, so not really a big deal. But just comparing photos on this phone and the newer S22 Plus and S24 Plus, I don't think most people would even realize which phone took these photos unless you put them right next to each other or tell them which phone took the photos. So surprisingly, this phone still has really good camera performance even in 2024. Obviously, when it comes to performance, this phone's not going to beat the S24 Plus, but it does have the Snapdragon 888 processor, and the performance still feels pretty snappy, fairly smooth and fast, even in 2024. Apps launch fairly quick, multitasking is smooth, and overall performance is pretty impressive on here, considering it's already 2 years old, and you can still play a lot of the popular games. To me, it feels like it's got plenty of power to do most things that you would need to, even in 2024. I don't think some people realize this, but a lot of the newer phones are switching to eSIM only, especially if you're looking at new iPhones. The S21 FE is one of the few phones in the US that supports dual SIM cards, so you could carry 2 cellular subscriptions simultaneously, making it convenient when traveling or those that use their phone for work and personal use. So definitely another good reason to get this phone, even in 2024, is the dual SIM capability. Now, a couple of extras. This phone is also 177 grams compared to 196 for the new S24 Plus. That may not sound like much, but if you use your phone a lot, especially while laying down on the couch watching TV or something, I feel like it's always nice to have a lighter phone. You also get extra stuff like Samsung DeX, which is nice to be a little more productive. You can also connect this to a TV, projector, or external monitor using an HDMI adapter as well. Again, a lot of the features on the newer Samsung phones you'll still be able to get on this older S21 FE. Okay, so that's a little more than 5 reasons, but you get the idea. I know there's a lot of options out there when it comes to which phone to get, but it's pretty easy why this phone is still pretty popular even 2 years later. Probably gonna depend on what you're looking for, because there are some newer phones, but in my opinion, this phone is gonna be pretty tough to beat considering the performance, features, and price. If you like phones, tablets, and other tech, I've got a lot more stuff that I'm working on, so you'll wanna keep an eye out for those upcoming videos. So if you've made it this far into the video, you may want to say thanks by subscribing, and don't forget to give a thumbs up if this video was helpful. This is Brian from Fishbee Productions. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.